Good evening, my friends. Tonight, I'm going to share with you a truth so simple, yet so powerful, that it has the potential to completely change the way you think, act, and manifest your desires. This is not about positive thinking, affirmations, or hope. This is about a single, precise action you can take the moment doubt enters your mind, a method I call the 30-second rule. Most people spend years struggling with doubt. They fight it. They argue with it. They try to reason it away, to convince themselves it has no power. But no matter what they do, doubt keeps returning, like an uninvited guest who refuses to leave. The reason is simple. Doubt is not an external force. Doubt is a reflection of your divided consciousness. When you doubt, what are you truly doing? You are holding two conflicting realities in your mind at the same time. You are saying, I want this, while simultaneously saying, I cannot have this. You are affirming the reality you desire while denying it at the same moment. And consciousness cannot exist in two states simultaneously. It must choose. It will always default to the reality that feels most real to you. And for most people, that is the current reality, not the reality of their imagined desires. This is why doubt feels so overwhelming. It is not inherently powerful. Its strength comes from your divided focus, from trying to live in two contradictory states at once. The key to mastering doubt is not fighting it, but rather learning how to redirect your attention instantly, before it takes hold. Now, let me show you why most people fail. When doubt arises, they engage with it. They argue with it. They search for proof that it is wrong. They tell themselves, this thought is irrational, and then they try to override it with affirmations. But each of these actions is exactly what gives doubt power. Every time you fight doubt, you are acknowledging it. Every time you argue with it, you are granting it existence. Fighting doubt is like wrestling your own shadow. The more you struggle, the more real it becomes. The solution is shockingly simple. Ignore it. Refuse to engage with it. Do not argue. Do not convince yourself it is wrong. The moment doubt appears, immediately redirect your attention to the state of your wish fulfilled. This is the essence of the 30-second rule. The first 30 seconds are critical. If you catch doubt in those 30 seconds and shift your focus, it will die before it can take root in your consciousness. Let me give you a practical example. Imagine you desire financial abundance. Suddenly, a thought arises, I have no money right now. How can this ever work? Most people stop here. They wrestle with this thought. They try to answer it, to explain it logically. And in doing so, they spend hours or even days feeding doubt, poisoning their consciousness. But here is the 30-second rule in action. The instant that thought arises, you notice it. You say to yourself, calmly and firmly, I am not engaging with this conversation. Then, within the next few seconds, you return fully to the assumption of the wish fulfilled. You feel the reality of abundance as if it is already yours. You experience the joy, the freedom, and the relief of having what you desire. You do not argue, you do not prove, you simply redirect. That is all it takes. 30 seconds. And doubt is gone. The timing is crucial because doubt is like a seed. When it first arises, it is weak, almost powerless. But if you give it attention, even for a few minutes, it begins to grow. Within 30 seconds of constant engagement, doubt starts to feel real. Within an hour, it feels like an undeniable truth. This is why speed matters. You must intercept doubt immediately, before it gains momentum. Now, how do you train yourself to do this consistently? For the next 7 days, become a doubt hunter. Your goal is not to prevent doubt from appearing. This is impossible. Instead, your job is to catch it the moment it arises, and return your focus immediately to the state of the wish fulfilled. Use a mental cue if you need one, not interested, or this is not my reality. Within 5 seconds of noticing doubt, dismiss it. Within the remaining 25 seconds, immerse yourself fully in the feeling of your desire already accomplished. At first, this will require conscious effort. Doubt will appear repeatedly, and you may feel frustrated. But every time you succeed in redirecting within 30 seconds, you are rewiring your consciousness. You are teaching your mind that doubt does not get your attention, that it has no power in your world. Over time, doubt will appear less frequently. When it does appear, it will dissolve almost immediately because your consciousness has been trained to feed only the assumption of your desire fulfilled. Let me share a story of someone who applied this principle. A woman came to me who had been trying to manifest a loving relationship for over 2 years. She practiced daily visualization and affirmations, but nothing had happened. She said, "I feel the joy of imagining a loving relationship, but then doubt arises, and I spend hours trying to convince myself it will work." I explained to her the 30-second rule. I said, "Your problem is that you are spending 2 minutes in the state of the wish fulfilled and 2 hours in the state of doubt. You are feeding the wrong assumption. Catch doubt immediately, and return to the assumption of the wish fulfilled within 30 seconds. That is your only job." She practiced faithfully. Within 3 days, her anxiety diminished. She no longer felt desperate or uncertain. Within 2 weeks, she met someone who perfectly aligned with the relationship she had imagined. But the true power of this technique was not the outcome, it was the shift in her consciousness. She had learned that doubt only has the power you give it. When you stop feeding it, it dies. Now, understand this. Doubt and faith are not opposites. They are both assumptions. When you doubt, you are assuming something negative will happen. When you have faith, you are assuming something positive will happen. Both are creative. Both manifest. The difference is in where you place your attention. By applying the 30-second rule consistently, you are not building faith by fighting doubt. You are choosing which assumption to nourish, the one that aligns with your desired reality. Imagine yourself as a gardener. Doubt is a weed. If you water it, it grows. If you ignore it and water your desired assumption instead, the weed dies, and your garden flourishes. Each moment you redirect your attention, you are watering the reality you want, and starving the one you do not. Here's another practical example. Consider a man who desired to launch his own business. Every time he thought about the steps required, doubts arose. I don't have enough experience. What if I fail? What if no one buys my product? He spent weeks analyzing and worrying. Then he learned the 30-second rule. The next time doubt appeared, he immediately said to himself, "Not interested," and returned to the feeling of already being a successful entrepreneur. Within days, his creativity soared. Within a month, he secured his first clients. The lesson here is clear. Doubt only becomes real when you feed it. Cut its nourishment within 30 seconds, and it dies instantly. To practice this, choose one specific desire. It could be wealth, love, health, or success. For the next 7 days, your sole task is to catch doubt immediately, within 5 seconds, and return to your assumption within 30 seconds. No negotiations. No reasoning. No explanations. Every doubt, every time, follow the 30-second rule. After a week, you will notice a remarkable change. Doubt will lose its grip. The state of your wish fulfilled will become effortless, automatic, and unshakable. Let me emphasize this again. You are not ignoring reality. You are simply understanding that reality is flexible, that there are infinite possible outcomes, and that the one you sustain with your attention becomes your experience. By practicing immediate return to the wish fulfilled, you make a conscious choice about the reality you wish to inhabit. Doubt becomes like background noise. You hear it, but it no longer disturbs you. Over time, usually within 2 to 4 weeks, something permanent occurs. Doubt stops appearing frequently, and when it does, it disappears almost instantly. Your consciousness has been retrained. You are no longer reactive to doubt. You are proactive in your assumption. Your attention becomes a tool of creation rather than a battlefield for fear and uncertainty. Let me leave you with this truth. Doubt is not your enemy. It is simply misplaced attention. Every moment you focus on doubt, you are manifesting it in your life. Every moment you return immediately to the assumption of your desire, you are manifesting your dreams. 30 seconds. That is all it takes to kill doubt permanently. Catch it, dismiss it, return to your wish fulfilled, and watch your reality transform. Starting tonight, apply this rule to one desire. Notice every time doubt arises. Redirect within 30 seconds, without argument, without justification, without delay. The moment you make this commitment, You are taking control of your consciousness. You are deciding which reality you will inhabit. And when doubt loses its power, manifestation becomes inevitable. The bridge of circumstances will form. Opportunities will appear. People will align. The universe will conspire in your favor, not because of luck, but because your consciousness has become unshakably aligned with your desire. Remember, you are always assuming something. The question is not whether you will assume, it is which assumption will you give your attention to. Apply the 30-second rule consistently. Train your mind. Starve doubt. Feed your desired reality. Within weeks, you will experience a shift so profound that doubt will feel irrelevant, powerless, and fleeting. Your consciousness will be anchored in the state of the wish fulfilled, and manifestation will no longer be a dream, it will be your lived reality. Good evening, my friends. Take this technique seriously. Apply it. Practice it. Commit to it. 30 seconds is all it takes. Catch doubt, dismiss it, return to your desire, and watch your life transform. Doubt dies the moment you stop giving it attention. Your assumptions create your world. Make the one you desire the only reality you acknowledge. From this moment forward, the 30-second rule is your new law. Doubt has 30 seconds or less in your mind. Catch it, redirect it, and create the reality you choose. Your consciousness is your tool. Your attention is your weapon. Use them wisely. Watch as your desires manifest effortlessly, naturally, and inevitably. This is not theory. This is practice. This is transformation. This is the 30-second rule. Thank you for joining me tonight. Use this teaching. Apply it. Live it. Transform your mind, and your world will follow.